Oh, it's a beautiful horse running in a turbulent day, on a turbulent day. Maybe there's a storm coming or something. I don't know. But I live in a place where there are a lot of horses. Ocala, Florida has a lot of horses. In fact, it's called the horse capital of the world. I'll let you argue as to whether that's accurate or not. I don't mean my painting. I mean the title, the horse capital of the world. But there are some beautiful horses here. And the horses don't care if it's the horse capital. They just like being taken care of. And there are so many beautiful horses here, and it's actually an industry, but the animal itself is just magnificent. So if you go out early in the morning, go to one of the places where they train the animals, or just where the animals live, they are so adamant. They move around in the cool morning air like ballet, like horse ballet. Yeah, horse ballet. I like that. Anyway, I don't mean to get poetic on you here, but anyway, I wanted to show you how I painted this card. This is another card for the cards that I'm painting for an art auction on November 23rd. Today's October 22nd. Oh, it's a beautiful card for a beautiful day. You know why? Because today is Robin's daughter's birthday. I just thought of that when I saw the date. And her daughter loved, or loves horses. Yes. So what a perfect card for today. All right, I hope you like the card. I hope you like the video. And you can fast forward through it if it's long. I don't know. It took me about 45 minutes, I guess, to paint this. So nothing else to tell you. Let's just get to it. And I'll show you how I painted this horse right now. All right, good morning. Let's see how I can figure out how to do this in a way that I will be happy with it. With the basic shape of the horse's head. It's right here. Looks like that'd be a good, like a round area there, right? I don't really know a lot about horses, even though I live in what is considered the horse capital of the world. That's what they say, the horse capital of the world. And in fact, the home I live in sits on an old horse farm, or a retired horse farm, an old horse farm. Used to be horses here. Used to be stables here. And I don't know much else about the history of it, other than they were here. So, and there still are a lot of horse farms in our area. In fact, there's a place called the World Equestrian Center, which is fabulous. I mean, it seems fabulous. I'm not a horse person, but I'm going to try to be one today. I'm going to try to draw a horse. When you go to the art shows here, by the way, when you go to the art shows, a lot of people do artwork of horses. And I really haven't done much, and I've done a few, but I haven't done much. And that's because I don't know, I just vary what I do. So, I want this to be a long-haired horse. My sister loved horses. My sister wanted a horse so bad. She did. I've said that before on this channel when I talk about my sister and talk about the area I live in. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Have I done horses before on this channel? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. So, I want this one to have wild hair. Or a wild mane. They call it a mane, right? A wild mane. So Robin and I sometimes will go to the horse farms around here to visit and do videos and just walk around. In fact, last couple of years, there was a Christmas light show where you drive through and you look at all the Christmas lights. And it was put on by the church that we go to. And it was at a horse farm. I mean, well, no, I take that back. Not a horse farm. A horse park. Yeah. They didn't raise horses there, but people show horses there. Does that make sense? Am I saying it right? They show horses? I don't know if I'm really saying it right. But there's a lot of horse activity there. Yeah. That muscle goes down here. Big muscular animal. God created horses, and he must have said, that is good. That is good. Although I don't think that God favors one animal over another. What do you think? Do you think he has his favorites? God is an artist. God is the true artist. God is the ultimate artist. Everything else is us copying him. That's what it seems like to me. I don't think I've come up with anything actually original. Maybe a variation on what he has done. But that's just the way it is. And I guess that's the way he wanted it, because ultimately he created me too. Right? So, a big old space right there. This leg comes this way. A big old muscle comes around the side here and makes this leg and this knee. Horses are so gentle. I mean, they're giant creatures, but they're herbivores. They eat only grass, hay, and oats and things like that. They don't eat animals. They're an animal that doesn't eat animals. God gave them the ability to run, probably to protect themselves from the animals that eat animals. But God created the animals that eat animals too. So there's a lot of thinking, that went into this thing called creation. There was a lot of thought behind this place that we call Earth. Think about that. There's a lot of thinking. A lot of thinking. So I'm going to make this horse probably. I do have a reference photo here, but I feel like I'm going to make it a little different than what I'm looking at here. Only because I probably didn't space it out completely right, but that's okay. And then this other leg here. So when you go to the horse farms here and you take a camera and you just videotape the horses, one of my favorite things to do is early in the morning when the horses are it's still the air is still cool, and the young horses, I call them baby horses. I know there's a word, foal maybe, is that the right word? And they're running around, those little baby horses. They're just running everywhere, and they're playing with each other if there's more than one, and if there's not, then they're just running by themselves. So, all right, there's our sketch. I hope I did it right. What do you think? I hope I did it right. Okay. And you see I used a blue pencil because I want this painting to be mostly blue. So here we go. Let's start with some blue sky. Let's start with some blue sky. Give it this beautiful blue sky, like Florida has beautiful blue skies. And we're going to put them all over around the horse so that we have plenty of contrast for the white, the stark white hair that's going to come off of this horse. Just go ahead and make sure you get those ears in there. We'll just do our best. Do our best to get this sky looking beautiful and blue. And right over here, I'm going to keep a lot of little wisps. So basically I'm painting the negative spaces. I'm not doing a good job though. Oh boy. I'm not doing a good job. Yeah, that'll have to be. I guess that's as good as it's going to get. I might add with some white later on with some gouache. So how you guys doing anyway? Yesterday I was silent the whole way because I don't know. I was mesmerized by what my idea was to. I had this dream to do Jesus, and whew, I felt pressure. I guess I feel pressure right now too with this one. I'm pressuring myself with these pictures. What do you think? You think so? So I'm trying. I know most of you who've watched these videos before, you know that I'm trying to reach 200 cards, 200 greeting cards by November, way before November 23rd. The art auction that I'm doing them for is November 23rd. But I have to have them in there, I think, before that, so that the ladies can curate them and figure out a way to sell them, to auction them off. And I'm not the only artist, by the way. There's other artists, lots of other artists who are doing this to raise money. It's an auction to raise money for the people in need in our community. So that's always a good thing. I'm not sure what I'm going to do back here. It might be undefined. This might be undefined. There we go. Maybe some undefined areas in the sky also. I don't really know what to do with the sky. I was thinking some clouds, but I don't want to mess it up too much. I can mess it up. Yes, I'd made a promise to myself when I started this channel that I would show even the crappy cards, the cards that I didn't like a lot. And I have, if you go back and look at the paintings I've done on here. Yeah, I've done a few doozies. A few doozies. A lot of doozies, actually. I'm not gonna worry too much about the background, but I just want to get something in there so I have something to work with. sometimes the watercolor dries in a way that you can't predict, and it looks really good. Other times, you're not so sure. So let's hope this is the first. This is choice A. Yeah. If I put a little bit, tiny bit darker blue, maybe it'll give this sense of clouds. Or at least some kind of a turbulent sky. There we go. Alright, now let's get some of this very, very light blue on there, on the horse. The light blue, the super light blue. Maybe I should do the dark first. I think that'll make it easier on me. But we want this part of the horse lit from the background. Yeah, let me get some of the dark areas. I think that would be a better idea. All right, let's get something that looks like horse's hair. This brush looks like horse's hair, right? Looks like it could do the job. I'm going to use some of this really dark. I think that's a bluish. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, let's get some of this bottom part of this horse. Just make sure that the area behind it is wet. I mean, not wet. There we go. Back of the horse. Horse's tail. Some of these lit areas under the knee. Here on the mane. These ears can be dark. Go. Okay. Yeah, this is a little pressure. I guess you can tell I feel pressure when I stop talking. When I stop talking, then you can know I'm feeling the pressure of the task. Maybe that's why a group of artists is a good thing, because somebody who's a little bit less pressure, they'll talk more than the people who are under pressure. And then you have something to listen to. When I was a kid, I would always listen to music on records when I was doing art. It was kind of relaxing. Do you guys ever do that? I don't do it here. Maybe I should, but I can't if I'm making a video, because YouTube, of course, will. They don't like when you use copyrighted music. Well, actually, you have to have a license for it. So some of the music I have used, well, it's all copyrighted, to be honest with you. But what I mean is like popular music, you know. And you can use popular music with YouTube. You just have to have a license. And I'll be honest with you, it's just too expensive for me. So I don't do that. I use less expensive music, and it's still good. The music that you've heard me use on here is all from the YouTube library. So, if you ever wondered, where does he get that music from? Well, YouTube provides a library of music that you can use. And sometimes you do have to pay. And I never pay the high dollar amounts. I always pay the low dollar. I'm cheap. I'm cheap that way. It's interesting. Money's an interesting thing in our world, isn't it? Money fools us. Money makes us believe that wasting our time is justified. I know, we do things sometimes just for the money. Oh, we've all done that. I've done it. I know there's an argument there. You can go ahead and argue with me. Because guess what? I might be the one who's wrong. It's very possible that I'm not right. It's very possible that I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Yeah. I'm just trying to grab some of these colors and lighten them up and darken them up and try to create some shadows here. It's almost looking like a paint by number, the way I'm doing it. It's like I'm piecing it in here. But I don't know any other way to do this one, because there's so much muscle definition in this horse that I sort of have to just do it in little pieces here. And that's not dry yet, so I can't really do much over there. Let me see if I can get this. This goes over here. There's so much muscle definition on this horse. There's light coming right across his back. Can make the background a little darker there. Try to make that look like clouds. Give me some very light blue here. Very watered down. Dark. Yeah, the problem with doing horses in a place where everybody's an expert on horses is you make a mistake and they're going to say, well, that doesn't look quite right. That doesn't quite look right. And there are so many people who are experts on horses around here. And I'm not saying that facetiously. I'm telling you, they know horses. Did I ever tell you that Rob and I went to this place for retired horses? Yeah, horses that otherwise would have been put down, euthanized. But they're not. They're living their lives till the end because of these people. That's what they did. They created this organization. And now the horses still have a purpose. They're no longer racing. They're no longer making large amounts of money for people. But they have a purpose. You know what their purpose is? They're therapy horses. Yeah. Children and veterans and people who somehow benefit from the beautiful animals that these horses are. And they really are beautiful. I don't know exactly what happens in the human eye, in the human mind, that makes one animal look beautiful. But in essence, they're all beautiful. Now, I'm going to tell you they're all beautiful, and you're going to tell me, you're going to ask me if I believe that. You're going to say, do you believe that all animals are beautiful? Because if you ever look at a frog, is a frog beautiful? Yes, a frog can be beautiful. I'm going to stand up for the frog. Stand up for the frog. Don't make him seem like the ugly thing, the ugly animal. Why would you do that? Why would you pick on a little cute little frog? But there is something about us as humans as to what we consider cute and what we consider not so cute. You know, we have our ways. Bunny rabbit is cute. A snake is not. That's the way we think, right? A snake is not cute. Now, you might own a snake, and your pet snake is cute to you. Could be. I don't know. I'm not so sure I did this foot right here. I'm going to have to perhaps mask it with some... Maybe there's some waves or something. Maybe he's running in water. Yeah, I might have to fix that. This is mostly a blue picture. thin that out a lot. He's coming out. Okay, let's get some of these hairs on his tail. And then up here, a few. I think down here, let's go ahead and make some more cloudy skies over here. He's running through the clouds, or he's running through the water. I'm not sure what he's running through. But I think I didn't do the foot very well, so I'm just kind of blurring it out a little bit. Just kind of doing a little trick of the trade here. Some mountains there. Not mountains, I mean clouds. Billowing clouds. I hope it has that effect. Just a little bit more motion, a little bit more animation. All right, let's smear around the back. Let's get this blue spread around on the back of the card. Alright, I'm going to try using some gouache and see if I can maybe make some splashing water. I don't know. I might be making a mistake. So what I'm using now is gouache. I got some out of the tube. So up till now it's been watercolor, but I'm going to try to use some gouache. Just poke it in there. See how I do. I don't know. Maybe he's running through water. It's splashing up everywhere. It is truly what do you call it again? An impressionist painting. A little highlight right there for the horses. His hair and his tail. Let's see if I can make some of these clouds look a little bit more impressive. Maybe some light coming from behind them. So I'm using the white to do a whole bunch of different things. I'm using the white to make the water look like it's splashing, and I'm using the white to create some highlights that I didn't get quite right. And I'm using the white also for the clouds. So if you can tell, if you can follow what I'm doing, and I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm making it up as I go along, but you can see it's coming out. I'm happy with the way it looks so far. I'm just nervous that I'm going to mess it up. It's 6:11. I got 6:11 in the morning. I gotta go to the doctor at 8, so I gotta hurry up a little bit. But I'm almost done, so no biggie. No biggie. Kind of like the way that looks. That looks good. A little bit of a reflection right there, a little bit of highlight. How about these clouds over here? Maybe they've got some sunlight hitting them. Well, one reference photo I looked at had lightning bolts in the background, but that looked like a piece of art. So I didn't want to use that. I didn't want to take somebody else's art. So I used a photograph of several horses running, and I chose this one to paint. Isn't there a horse called a painted horse? Isn't there actually a breed called the painted horse? I think so. Alright, I think I'm going to stop. I think I'm going to call that done. Only because I don't... Because it looks like a horse running. That's really what I wanted to accomplish. I think I can fold it now. Make it into a card. There we go. Hold it right on that line. Alright, well there's another card for our art auction, November 23rd. And somebody will probably like it because it's probably a horse lover, especially since we live in horse country. Alright, well thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.